Welcome to PsychicBent. My name is Carrie.
And I'm Kim. We are two sisters wanting to help other psychics learn and grow in their abilities and to help educate about spirits, angels, and everything psychic. Welcome back, everyone, to PsychicBent. Thank you so much for joining us today. This week's episode, Carrie had been doing some research on other subject matter that we were considering doing, and she came across somewhere on the internet, somewhere in social media, a reference to one of the other chakras that we haven't covered yet. That is called the Earth Star Chakra. Carrie, why don't you go ahead and talk to us about how you came across it, and we can discuss it.
Okay. Well, it's really kind of funny. I was just scrolling, through my feed, and I'd gone to the PsychicBent feed on Facebook, and it popped up. And I'm like, that's interesting, because when we touched upon the 7 chakras, we mentioned that there were more, and that we were just going to go over the 7 major ones. And we kept telling Kim offline, it's like, can you believe there's up to 114 chakras in some traditions? I have trouble keeping up with 7. I can't imagine. Yeah. It's like, okay, crazy. So we're used to the root chakra, the sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown chakra. And actually, in the numbering system, the earth chakra is sometimes 0 or sometimes 1 and moves everything else back. And then some numbering processes, it's actually number 9.
Yeah.
So that gets a little confusing.
It does.
Don't you think?
I do.
Yes. So that's kind of, I guess, why we're not doing it in numeric order according to, some of the numbers, because this chakra, being the earth chakra, is actually below your root chakra, which does make sense when it's called the earth chakra. Don't you think it makes sense?
Yes, I do. It expands down into the ground.
Yes.
So therefore,
Yes.
It's not really part of your physical body, but it is tied to that root chakra, which is part of your physical body.
Yes. So you've got the 7 that are part of your physical body, and this one is, below your feet in the earth. So that's a little bit different than what we have talked about before. It's really, all these chakras are interesting because they all have something that they help do for us. We've talked about, when your throat chakra is blocked, you're not speaking your truth, and you there's work you have to do to fix that chakra. Well, the 9th chakra is also known as the seat of the soul, and it provides you to be able to open to higher realms of consciousness, to let your energy flow freely through our body. It can help you connect with a greater purpose, greater understanding. It helps you connect with the divine wisdom, unconditional love, and higher truths that are beyond the physical realm. Kim, did you come up with anything different on that?
What I found is that the Earth Star Chakra also helps with the root chakra to be balanced and strengthened. They're interconnected, and the balancing and the strength of the energy that you get from the earth helps you to stay balanced and strengthen your root chakra, because they're all connected. That's what I found out about it.
Yeah, because it's tied right there, right below your root chakra, so it's right in line with everything, for grounding purposes. And a lot of your guided meditations for grounding actually have you, envision roots going from the bottom of your feet into the ground.
Right.
But as a way of grounding, and I would think that this would be a way to connecting with the earth chakra and that type of meditation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I myself, whenever I do, because we all do these differently, because what I associate with in my mind on how things work is different than how you visualize and associate with things in your growth as well. So personally, whenever I am visualizing that kind of energy and doing the root work where I visualize roots coming out, there is energy that it's like I see in my mind's eye pulsating energy coming to and from the ground and my body. So it is in my mind, a pulsating going through those roots. And I'm assuming to a ball in my mind. That's what I see. And then it goes to the core of the earth. That's what I visualize. So I'm assuming that I was already picturing that this energy that I'm trying to get rid of the bad and bring in the good is connecting with that Earth Star chakra and then down to Mother Earth itself. You know what I mean? I think I was already visualizing.
Yeah. Yeah, you're doing it and didn't realize what you were doing.
Yeah, and it's just my mind creates a whole like web system, I guess you could say, whenever I do visualizing down to the earth. But yeah, that's how I visualize. That's there. I definitely see an energy flowing between the two.
And we know there's energy underneath the earth. I mean,
Yes.
that's been established.
Right.
So we know there's energy there.
Mm-hmm.
In the research, one of the, I came across the benefits from when you open your ninth chakra. And it makes sense to me when I was reading these. You have increased creativity and self-expression. And I can see this because you're more grounded.
Mm-hmm.
So being more grounded, you're going to have more confidence.
Right.
I can enhance communication of your thoughts and feelings. It can improve confidence and decision making. It can heighten intuition and insight. You could actually access deeper levels of meditation, and you have a greater connection with the world around you.
Yeah.
So to me that made perfect sense.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And if your ninth chakra is healthy, then you will feel more connected, more intuitive, and grounded. We become a little reactive to external stressors and life challenges and feel more secure with our inner wisdom when we have a healthy ninth chakra. Your balanced energy centers feel more inspired by the world around them, which makes sense since it's earth chakra. You just might enjoy creative endeavors more easily without hesitation.
Yeah. And since you're drawing positive energy from the earth into your body, by having all that positive energy coming into you and rising up through your feet to throughout your body, that energy acts as like a protective shield against any negative influences that may be out there. That could help you with the grounding and that clarity that you're talking about. It gives you that added extra boost to allow you to be that creative, intuitive self that you're trying to be.
Absolutely. And I think as you pull that energy up, I think you could probably continue to pull it up through the other chakras, that energy.
Oh, sure, through your whole body, because as we've talked about before, one chakra's out of whack, it throws the whole system out.
Yeah. An unbalanced ninth chakra is basically you're physically, exhausted. You have digestive issues. You can have insomnia. You have emotional, spiritual issues, including relationship difficulties, and have a lack of purpose and intuition, which makes sense if you're not grounded.
Right.
You're going to have these similar situations, so it's just taking you to that next level of grounding, which is so very important in just as an empath, everyday life. As a psychic, the more grounded you are, the more spirit's going to communicate with you. I think that ninth chakra, the earth chakra, is really important to a lot of your psychic hygiene, because you need to stay balanced. We all fight every day to stay balanced, don't you? Fight every day to be balanced, to have to be grounded.
Yes, yes. It could be something just as simple as just feeling out of touch with what's going on around you when this earth star chakra's out of balance. It doesn't have to be a major anxiety attack or anything that you're experiencing, but that could be because of this. But it just could be where you're just feeling out of sorts. And why am I feeling out of sorts today?
Yeah.
It just could be the fact that earth star chakra needs a little bit more attention and bringing it back into balance with the rest of your chakra system.
Yeah, and if you're not grounded, then obviously your earth chakra is not grounded either.
Right.
Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Because they're hand in hand there.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think there's different ways that you can connect with this chakra, and we're not going to do a deep dive into all of them. I have one that's you could do affirmations, which we talked about affirmations before on doing spirit work and trying to help with your different abilities. But just basically, you're open to divine wisdom and inner guidance. You trust the wisdom of your soul. You want to connect with the higher truth within yourself. That's just a few that you can do. Kim, did you come across anything other than affirmations?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, I have other things, but that one's one of the ones I had as well. One way that you would speak more upon, I imagine, Carrie, would be the energy healing modalities that are out there, that you can seek energy healing practices to help you focus on grounding and connecting with the earth. That would be, think, practices like Reiki, crystal healing, or shamanic practices. They can help you get that chakra back into a good place to help you. One of the ones is grounding exercises and just being in nature. Those things can be done outside together if you want. And of course, we've talked about that with the root chakra because these are so interconnected. That's just where you go outside in your bare feet. Enjoy the earth under your feet. You can sit, you can lie down on the ground, go swimming in bodies of water that Carrie doesn't do.
No, I'll wade in the creek.
Yeah, or you can walk in the woods or just sit by a river or take a hike through the mountains. All those things are ways that can help you connect that Earth Star chakra with you and the earth around you and take in that energy coming from it and help get it into balance and focus on it.
Along that line, I actually ordered from Amazon a grounding mat that I have had at work for about 2 weeks. And you do plug it into the outlet, but you plug it into that little circle of the outlet, not the, where like you would put the third prong.
Okay.
You plug it into there, and you could sit on it, you could stand on it. I'm surprised no one's asked me, what is that you're sitting on? But, if I could put it on the floor, take my shoes off and stand on it if I want. And I've noticed that I am more grounded at work because there's a lot going on at work right now, a lot of emotions that are chaotic, and it was getting to be a little much. And so I thought, well, if it doesn't work, I'll send it back. But I have noticed that it has helped me. They recommend that you be on it for 30 minutes a day, and I sit on it, because I'm like, well, I don't know how well it goes through your clothes, but I'm going to sit on this thing and see how it works. And it's, I have noticed it has helped.
That's good.
With my grounding at work. So I'm sure that couldn't hurt with trying to also with your ninth chakra.
Right.
Now, of course, meditation has to come up into this category.
Oh, well, sure.
Yes, and we always talk about meditation and everything, but when you do chakra meditation, it gets you out of the hustle and bustle of your everyday life. You just kind of meditate on your chakras, get them spinning in the right direction, get them lined up, and then go down to the earth chakra and keep that meditation going, and you'll find that you just feel better by the time you've finished your meditation. I mean, there will be differences.
Yeah, there are. This is one I do a lot. I don't know, I just feel a connection there. You know what I mean? I feel that that's something that I can do because I'm outside every day. I go outside to do something. And the other day, that's what I just did. I just went outside in my bare feet and just walked around the yard. And then I just sat down outside with my feet down and I meditated on it and really felt so much better coming back in after doing that. It was pretty good.
That's good. And see, that there's nothing wrong with taking time out of the day and do this kind of self-care.
Right.
Because grounding is so important, and your chakras are very important. And when we were at the paranormal convention, we were running into a lot of people that had some chakra issues.
Yes.
Not grounded, a lot of throat chakra problems, some heart chakra problems, and it's so much of everyday life. It's so easy to lose track of what's going on because of a busy lifestyle.
Yeah.
That all of a sudden you find yourself ungrounded. All these things are going on, and you're like, when did this happen?
Right.
Life happened, and that's okay. You have a job, if you have a spouse or a boyfriend or children, you're busy.
Right.
You have work concerns. So it's really important to just go out there and just focus on your chakras for 20 minutes. Cut out 20 minutes of your day to just meditate on your chakras. You can also incorporate, and we've talked about this before, essential oils with doing chakra work. What is recommended is rose oil to help relax the mind, geranium oil for emotional connection, sandalwood oil for grounding. And that's kind of good to know that that's good for grounding. So if you're if you need to have that at work, sandalwood is the oil for you if you need to do extra grounding at work. Ling Ling oil is for insight. Now, patchouli is to remove fear. A little patchouli goes a long way. Just want to let you know. It's a very pungent smell. One person at work was wearing it like cologne, and it was very difficult to be around them because it's very pungent. Vetiver oil, I've never heard of vetiver oil. That's for calming. And then hemlock spruce oil is to detoxify and stimulate. Now, I've talked about this before, I always recommend getting high quality essential oils, especially if you're sensitive to scents. Higher quality oils have less contaminants and things added to it that might bother your senses. And of course, you want to put a little bit of oil on you just to make sure you don't react before you start a process.
Yeah.
So that's very important.
Yeah. Or just slightly remove the stopper and take a little sniff and make certain you're not going to sneeze your head off.
Yes. Like Kim would do.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I sell chakra jewelry, basically intended for the 7 chakras. And, I had a lot of people buy the bracelets at the paranormal convention. I think they were just drawn to that because their chakras were screaming for help, Oh, yeah, get that bracelet, please.
Yeah.
But, of course, crystals are also helpful in any kind of psychic development or chakra work. And you want to think about what stones work best for you. So if I list 4 stones, don't go out and get all 4 stones. If you want to work with a chakra, go with the stone that works best for you. And I'm saying that because one of the stones recommended is moldavite, which is a very powerful stone. Not everybody can wear moldavite. So it's kind of where you're at in your development, if you're used to using that stone or not. You have amethyst, gold calcite. Any calcite's a soothing stone. Sodalite's a soothing stone. Amethyst, but like I said, moldavite is a high energy stone, more so than labradorite. It's funny, I have purchased a moldavite. I was going to put it into jewelry. It disappeared out of my stone inventory, which nobody handles that inventory but me.
Yeah.
So it has been, I'm not supposed to work with moldavite. I've got people that use it in their everyday life, and I've had people say, oh my gosh, I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle it. If you're starting out with crystal energy for healing or anything, go with the amethyst or the gold calcite or the sodalite. And they're actually easier to get and less expensive than the moldavite. But that's just Carrie's disclaimer.
Now, I found also a couple of stones, crystals as well. Do you mind if I go over those?
Sure, as long as it's not 20.
Okay. So.
Okay. Or she just cut the list in half.
No, it's only 5. So.
Okay. Okay.
So some of the ones I found as far as the crystals to be used that can help provide support for the earth star chakra is like hematite. It's grounding. It helps you to anchor and stabilize your energy and enhance your connection to the earth and promoting a sense of security and balance. Smoky quartz. Of course, we've talked about that with many other things. It helps to assist in transmuting negative energy or changing negative energy into positive vibrations, helping to cleanse and balance the earth star chakra. Black obsidian, it's a protective stone that aids in grounding and shielding. It helps to release energy blockages and promotes a strong connection with the earth, and that also encourages stability and grounding. And red jasper, that one is known for its grounding and nurturing properties, and it supports you by enhancing your stability, strength, and connection with the earth's energy. It can also help to release any stagnant or blocked energy from within the chakra. And the final one I know you've talked about is also shungite. It's a unique and powerful stone that helps to ground and protect your energy. It assists in purifying and balancing the Earth Star chakra, enhancing your connection to the Earth's healing energies, because we do get a lot of healing energy from the Earth. So those are the ones that I found.
And all of those are perfect grounding stones. So, all right. Anything else you want to add on that particular chakra? Or any thoughts?
I think that's all I've got on Earth Star chakra. It is really interesting. I do recommend everybody do a little bit of research on it, because you may not realize that you've already been connecting with it and working with it.
Yes, yeah. And of course, after I sent Kim that chakra, she sent me the next chakra that we're going to cover today. You want to tell us about that chakra, Kim?
Okay, so that one is called the Soul Star chakra. Now, this one, it's actually it's part of the etheric part of the chakra system. We have the body chakras, and then we have the ones that are considered the etheric part, the part that connects to your soul and to the other dimensions and to spirit and all of those above, the higher beings and such, higher places and everything. And the Soul Star chakra connects with that. So that one rests above the crown chakra, which I found interesting because, again, it follows my theory of whenever I see it coming from above, that it hits the crown, comes on down,
It's that light.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And that's how I have visualized light coming down like that, on more than one occasion. And so it kind of gives you that, yeah, that's what I saw, kind of like affirmation, like, I'm not crazy.
Exactly.
Now, this chakra has a specific frequency that goes with it. Remember, we talked about the higher the frequency, the more you can raise your vibration to higher frequencies, and higher frequencies could help you open up chakras.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So this one is 1074 hertz.
Okay.
In case you need to know that.
I didn't come across that. That's really interesting.
Yes. In Kundalini Yoga, this chakra is also recognized as the aura.
Yeah, that's where this chakra is within the aura, yeah.
Yeah, the electromagnetic field that surrounds your body.
Exactly. Just like any of the other chakras, of course, it can become unbalanced or blocked, and that can lead to various physical and emotional issues. But since it is not widely recognized as other chakras, many people may not even be aware of the existence of this one or how to activate it or balance it. So an effective way to activate and balance the Soul Star chakra, of course, is through meditation and by quieting the mind and focusing the energy center above the crown. And we can begin to open up and align the chakra itself, visualizing a brilliant white or golden light that we've talked about, pouring into the crown and then filling the entire body to help to cleanse and activate that Soul Star chakra. Now, the benefits of having a balanced star chakra is that when the Soul Star chakra is balanced and activated, it can bring about profound spiritual transformations and growth. So you can really, it helps you to connect with like the Akashic records that we've talked about, with higher beings, spirit guides. I mean, it helps you connect greater with more that's out there because you have raised your vibrations to such a high level. It allows you to expand in that communications and such.
It also can help with past life regression work.
Yes, with that too, yes. It can help enhance your intuition. With it being balanced, it allows you to tap into your tuition better and receive guidance from higher realms than where you might have been at before. And it helps us to trust our inner wisdom and make decisions aligned with our soul's purpose. Because that's what we're here for, is our soul's purpose. and expanded consciousness. So opening the soul star chakra expands our consciousness beyond the limitations of the physical world, and we gain a brighter perspective and a deeper understanding of the interconnectedness of all things. It helps us expand that knowledge that we are searching for. And of course, like I said, it helps us have a direct line to the divine and higher realms and spiritual awakening. So a balanced star chakra can trigger a spiritual awakening, leading to a deeper sense of purpose, meaning, and connection in life. It opens the door to profound spiritual experiences and a greater sense of oneness with the universe. So whereas the Earth Star chakra was connecting us greater into the Earth's energy, the Soul Star chakra, it's taking it all up above and higher. What have you got?
Well, I have to bring up crystals because,
Of course.
it wouldn't be me if I didn't bring up crystals. The same crystals that you use for your crown chakra for cleansing and opening is the same ones you would also use for this chakra, which makes sense considering it's right above there. So you're talking about amethyst, which is, gets used a lot because it helps promote spiritual wisdom and helps to connect with divine energy. Clear quartz, of course, is a big one to help clear the energetic blockages. It works great with other quartzes to magnify what they do. Selenite is a wonderful stone for clearing away blockages, any stagnant energy. It also charges your stones, so you could put your stone on top of selenite. That's how powerful that stone is, and it can recharge. And then, of course, indigo or blue kyanite. That combination of the violet ray, which is like a pure blue ray, is linked to the universal truth and spiritual mastery, and even it can help facilitate lucid dreaming and astral travel.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yes. Now, again, we talked about the frequency for the earth chakra. Well, the frequency for this chakra is 1074 hertz. So, if you were to listen to music that is specific, I'm going to say this wrong, solfeggio frequency, that is at that frequency. So, you could tune into that and meditate with that, and that will help activate that chakra. It can help get rid of any blockages. If you do your earbuds, you get optimum use out of it instead of just listening to it with the speaker or just through the speaker.
Right.
But that helps raise your vibration very well.
I could see that. And what would you be listening to?
That's where you're going to listen to music that's tuned specific. It's SOLFEGGIO frequency.
Okay.
So I'm assuming you could just YouTube that and get the music. I have high frequency music I listen to through Pandora.
Gotcha.
It's one of the chakra channels, and it's high frequency. And so when I will even listen to it going down the road, not even meditating. So there are times when I just feel like I need that frequency. I need to bring up my frequency.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you can go, so that's on Pandora.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but you just need to, you could either, type in 1074 Hz or the specific solfeggio frequency.
Interesting. Do you have more on the soul star chakra?
Well, activating this chakra, you're going to not only increase your spiritual connection, but you can heal from past life traumas and release the ego's restraints. So this chakra allows us to fully realize and deeply align with our soul purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if you're, obviously you and I have both had the same experience with the white light coming through the crown chakra,
Right.
which came through the 8th chakra to get to the crown chakra.
Yes.
And I've done past life regression work, and I've done some astral travel. So not realizing that we had activated the chakra we didn't know about.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, because I'm coming across this guy. Oh, Yeah, that's how that happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, I've seen it in my dreams. I've seen it when I've meditated. I've seen it, when I had Reiki done. It happened,
Uh-huh.
you know, and it makes perfect sense,
Right.
So, you might be as a listener going, oh my gosh, they've really reached it now. They're talking about chakras that are no longer in your body and whatever. But think about in your spiritual growth, have you experienced any of these things?
Right. I mean, but when you think about it, we've done the episode on auras, and that's where these actually reside, is
Yes.
in your aura field, which can be very small or expand out very large beyond you. So it makes sense there would be energy
Yeah.
sources there, or chakras
Right.
there.
And we don't really know. I mean, because we're still earthbound beings. We don't really know how many actual chakras. I mean, there's the list of 12. Did you come across the list of 12, Kim?
Uh, no, I didn't come across. I didn't dive that far. My focus was just on the two we were doing. So
Okay.
sorry.
Well, and we're not going to delve into the other ones. I'm just going to mention them. We've got the 7.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to go over the 7 again because we've already gone over the 7 earlier in the episode. And we had there's actually Earth Star, and people put them in different order. So I'm not going to number these because it depends on what source you're looking at. But they all agree that that's a chakra. They
Right.
just put them in different numbers. But the Earth Star chakra, which we talked about, the Soul Star chakra, which we just finished talking about. Then there's a universal chakra, a galactic chakra, and then the final was Divine Gateway chakra.
Those sound
So I
interesting.
found that really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found that very interesting. Now, as to where we touched on some beliefs, and I don't know. So if you know what all 114 chakras are, go ahead and email us. But they're believed to consist of obviously the 7 major chakras, and then 21 minor chakras,
Mm-hmm.
and then 86 micro chakras.
Mm-hmm.
And according to this theory, 112 reside within the physical body, with only 2 are outside, if on this 114 chakra.
Right.
And so with that theory, you got your 7 majors, running down the spine and the head and the top of the head. And the minor ones are body parts such as your hands, your knees, your legs, elbow, tongue, shoulders, eyes, ears, and nose.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought that was really interesting. And that there are some, not all actively stimulate, some are prominent, and others just lie dormant. And I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I did.
Because, why do we have them? Why do we have them?
Well, I found it also interesting, and this makes a lot of sense, okay, because how visualization again, this is how I do this. With the sacred geometry, we have is it the life one? I can't remember which pattern it is, but it's the one that has all the little, it looks like the flowers, or it looks like all of the lines connecting and such, kind of like the Metatron cube.
Mm-hmm.
But there's the lines that connect to here, connect to there, connect to there. And that's actually how I visualize the energy going around my body. So it's like a sacred geometry shape, and it would go down to your fingers, to each. I mean, that's how I actually visualize it, that you've got like ley lines going through your body filled with these energies that are powering these chakras, or going to these chakras. And what I found in research is that some people don't even realize that they've broken connections to some of their chakras because they've had surgery. Because you're going in and you're having surgery, and those ley lines are being disrupted, or those ley lines, those energy lines to those chakras are being disrupted as well. Because you're not doing internal healing.
So does that...
to reconnect.
So that affects your sacred flower. Your sacred flower.
Yes. Yes.
Is that one you're talking about?
Yeah, the sacred flower. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that makes sense.
Right. So even though your body is healing from the physical surgery, think about it. Do you need to also work on healing your internal energy connections between your chakras after a surgery?
Well, I think I would say yes, and especially when if you've undergone surgery, your body has chemicals in it now that it doesn't normally need or want in its body, but was necessary for the surgery.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that any kind of energy healing after that can help remove the effects of like anesthetic and things you had to, like antibiotics or pain relievers or whatever you had to be on.
Mm-hmm.
That was a necessity for that procedure. I think definitely that's a thought you don't think about. But yeah, you should take care of that.
Right. And you do that by your meditation, visualization, and such like that to try to reconnect your chakras to each other in a healthy, healing way. So the energy flow is flowing all the way through your body and not following these little breaks that may have happened. And it's just something that I found in research. I thought that is fascinating and it makes sense in my mind. Thought I'd share it.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah, it was very, very interesting. Something you don't think about.
Right. Exactly. Because if you've had surgery on a knee or something and it's still aching and healing and you just don't feel like that side feels like it should, well, maybe you should work on healing the energy to it so that your energy flow to the earth to get your energy from there. Healing energy is making that connection and able to come through with a unbroken flow. Just fascinating me. I'm nerding
You're
out.
like, left brain is going to go later. Go, let's do this.
Yeah, well,
Because you had surgery not too long ago, so.
right, exactly. But I mean, even thinking about like a broken heart.
Yeah.
You always work on trying to heal your broken heart, right?
Yes.
So it just makes sense that that's an internal thing that you work on to heal. You don't physically go in and have surgery on it to heal it from a broken heart, but you work on it. Well, that would make sense to heal your energy
and that's where
through your body.
You would also be working on your heart chakra by doing that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So people have a way of already doing that. So why not extend it out to the rest of your other chakras that are out there in your body? I don't know. You have someone in there messing around with your body. So, they're leaving their energy behind when you think about it.
I don't want to think about it.
But they do.
So now I have to interview anybody that's going to be in the operating room with me. I need to know your energy. No, you can't be in there. Pick someone else. Like I'm gonna be one of those patients. Nope, you can't come in the room with me. I don't care if you're the doctor. I need another one. I need another surgeon.
Yeah, but that made sense to me. I was like, I could see where that happens just because you've broken the line of energy flow. Of your
and
energy
you don't
flow.
think about you don't really think about that.
Right.
Things that make you go
Yeah, so when we were you talked about, or you brought up this subject, and I went on to this soul star chakra one, I was like, wow, that makes sense. All this energy flowing all around us. We know we all feel it, but who knew that by surgery or anything like that, you'd be breaking energy flows throughout your body, and you need to heal that as well.
So you're the reason this one showed up on my feed at Facebook.
Or maybe it's you.
I don't know. Or maybe it's both of us.
Who knows?
Because when you think about it, these are chakras I've never thought about. I've been using them and didn't realize I was using them.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of those where, yeah, we all probably need to work on this,
Right.
Yeah. Do you have anything else you'd like to add to this?
I don't know. You want to have a discussion about anything else on it? This one just that's how some of these episodes have been for me, where all of a sudden,
yeah, I could tell you were very excited about this one.
Yeah, things just click or make sense, or I've been thinking about that, and this confirms it. You know what I'm saying? And this was one of those that I've made a connection with.
Yeah, this you needed to research this one.
Yeah, I guess.
Spirit kind of like, here you go, Kim. Here's a present. Digest this.
Yeah.
And you and you ran with it. That's great.
Well, I think this one was one that was okay to use my left brain. because
Yes.
that is how my spiritual path or views are whenever I'm doing my meditations and stuff. It's not, I know there's science built in it, so I can't help it. And this one just
Wow.
made sense. You know what I mean? Whenever
Yeah,
I do my
yeah.
visualizations, it's not all rainbows and butterflies and beautiful sunsetting sky while I'm meditating. No, there's left brainness in there too. Visions
Well,
of less
that's a
brain.
balance.
Yeah,
Yeah. And that's how you're wired.
right. I see the geometric shapes. I do the stuff like
Yeah.
that all the time.
Yeah. So but you can't be left brain far as spectrum left brain.
Well, no, true.
You have that balance but that's what makes sense to you. So it makes perfect sense that this particular chakra is like saying, Kim, hello, where have you been all my life?
Right. Well, just like in the labyrinths one, that made sense to me because some of my dreams are literally labyrinths that I have to try to get through to get the message.
Yeah. And you've had some doozy labyrinths in your dreams, so yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I think these two chakras are very interesting.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, just so people know, whenever we say the earth chakra, they are saying that is at least 6 to 36 inches below your feet. Is that what your research showed?
Yeah.
Just inches.
But I think it could go farther than that too.
It could. And
yeah, yeah.
the soul star chakra is about like 6 inches above your crown chakra or above. So that's where we're looking at. So if you need that visualization point in your meditation to know where you're focusing on, those are the areas where you're going out, where your aura is, back up there or way down there, and then you can visualize your energy flow. Just trying to give a little bit of helpful direction.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Kim, before we shut this one down?
No, I think that's all I had on this episode.
Okay. Thank you, PsychicBent listeners, for tuning in. Hopefully you found this episode as interesting as Kim and I did. We really had some fun with this one.
Yeah, I agree.
All right,
I think
listeners,
it showed.
Yeah, I think it really showed with you. You were definitely excited. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye. May your light shine bright.
Thank you so much for listening to our podcast, Psychic Bent. If you enjoyed Psychic Bent, please like, follow, rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. We can be reached on Facebook at Psychic Bent Podcast. Our email address is psychicbent1@gmail.com. May your light shine bright.